Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be Thundercrack from Tracks. Thanks very much to subscribe star Jeffrey Riccio for the request. Hello and welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so this song's in the key of G major. Tempo's kind of got 3 different tempos here. We've got starts off at about 79 BPM, quite slow, and then in the second part of the intro goes up to 120 BPM. When the full band comes in, it's about 125, thereabouts, maybe gets a little bit faster. Of course, let's take a look at the chords first. So what we've got, it's got 3 types of G. It's got G5, where you're kind of just playing, not playing the B string. So third finger, 3rd fret, low E, block the A, then open D and G strings. Okay, and then we've also got it where a normal G chord, but you're kind of just playing your 3rd finger, playing up to the B string there. And you also got G5, where you've got your little finger on the 3rd fret of the B. You also got a D5 chord. Bruce will play this with his middle and little fingers often. So middle finger, 2nd fret G, little finger, 3rd fret B. Or you could play it with your 1st and 3rd. So that's D5 there. You also got a normal D major. We can just add your 3rd finger on the 2nd fret, high E, or also play it the standard way like that. And also you've got a D sus4 where you just add your little finger. We've got a Cadd9 chord, really common chord here in this song. Middle, 3rd, and little fingers here. Middle finger, 2nd fret D, 3rd finger, 3rd fret A, little finger, 3rd fret B. Also sometimes play the high E string as well. B minor here, it's going to bar the 2nd fret from the A string. You might not always play the high E string here. And then 3rd finger, 4th fret D, little finger, 4th fret G, middle finger, 3rd fret B. Okay, E minor chord, just middle finger, 2nd fret A, 3rd finger, 2nd fret D. All 6 strings, A minor 7, middle finger, 2nd fret D, 1st finger, 1st fret B. Like an A minor without your 3rd finger, and then a C chord, 1st finger, 1st fret B, middle finger, 2nd fret D, 3rd finger, 3rd fret A. So also, what I'll also do is put the song structure up on the screen now. Hopefully you find that useful for piecing everything together. Any chords and brackets means there's more than one chord in that bar, and the song structure will also be in this description as well. So let's take a look at the intro first. So what I've done is broken it up into 2 parts here. Now what we've basically got is 16th note strumming. Okay, so if you're uncomfortable with sort of how to count or play, read 16th notes, click on the card above and that will take you to my other kind of playlist on strumming patterns. It'll be really worthwhile. For example, you've got beat 4 here, which is 4-ander, which is pretty much throughout that kind of intro section. So if you're really comfortable with these 16th note strumming, semi-quaver strumming, so notes that last for a quarter of a beat, that'll help you a lot. Okay, so what we're going to do is go through it a few times. So you come in on the and of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and with some dead notes. That's where you're lightly touching the string to mute the string. So 4, and then upstroke, which is going to happen a lot in this first part of the intro. 2nd fret, and then slide into this kind of G5 shape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 1, and then 2E and a 3 and 4 and a 1 and 2E and then you've got this kind of 0, 0, 3 before you put your middle finger down for the D5, and you're going to do a hammer on. So 2E and 2E and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now we go to the Cadd9. 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4 and 1E and 2E and 3 and 4 and 1E and 2E and 3 and 4. Cool, and then you've got that nice kind of 1-bar phrase before it goes into the second part of the intro. So I'll just do that now with down and up strokes, nice and slow. So 3, 4, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, because you have some nice, again, semi-quaver patterns, 16th note patterns you're really comfortable with. Again, you could always simplify it there. He'll probably change that up quite a lot when he plays that live. Cool, so that's intro part 1, and then you've got that awesome, it gets a bit faster now, maybe 120 BPM, that really cool intro riff, okay? So, what you're going to do, you've basically got the first bar of this kind of intro riff is the same throughout, which is this 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and. So it's really important to get the timing right here. So you start off with this kind of the G chord. This is a crotchet or quarter note to start with. So 1, 2, E, and a. That's a really important rhythm there. So it's a dotted quaver or 8th note, 2 E, and, which is 3/4 of a beat, and then upstroke. 1, 2, E, and then you kind of do the B minor, pick the root note for down, up, downstroke, so 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, or down, up, or down, down will be fine there in the B minor. And I'm kind of doing that as an upstroke, the Cadd9, 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and down, down, up, down, up. So after the B minor, you've got that half a beat rest, and then the Cadd9 upstroke. 1, down, down, up, down, up, up. That's tied into the next bar. So this is the first kind of, this pattern actually repeats quite a lot. And 1, 2, and then you've got this 3 E, and a 4 E, and 3, and a 4 E, and 3 E, and a 4 E, and 3 E, and a 3 E, and a 4 E, and. So that's a hammer on, 0, 2 on the D, 2 open G strings, then hit that and hammer on. 1, 2 E, and a 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4 E, and. So once you've got that main, that's kind of the pattern that happens quite a lot, so it's worth practicing that one. Then the second round, you've got this. Then you've got this really cool run. Okay, so it's all basically on the G major pentatonic. So this bar 4 here, it's going to 1, 2, so Cadd9, then open G twice, hammer on, pull off 0, 2, 0 on the G string, then upstroke G, 2, 0, and 2, 0 on the A. 2, 0 D, 2, 0 A. Again, hammer on and pull off. So I've also got another series on soloing techniques. Again, click on the card above and that will take you to that. So 1, 2, E, and a 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, E, and a. Okay, now the round 3, you've got the, again, start off the same way. You've got this really awesome bit. Kind of a sort of sliding between the first 2 shapes of the pentatonic. So what I would do, 3rd and 4th fingers, 3rd on the B and the E strings. Counting wise, they're all quavers or 8th notes, but you've got these grace note slides. So 3 and, that's how you would count it. 3 and, 3 up to 5, back to 3 again. But the first one is a split second slide. 3 and, then 4 and. So the second slide is 1st finger, 2nd fret, G, 3rd finger, 3rd fret B, so kind of a D5 kind of shape, and then move it up 2 frets. Sounds really cool. So 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and a 3, and 4. And don't forget, on the tab I might have put down, down, up, down, down, down. Still works fine. I might have played it in the walkthrough as upstrokes. Accents the trebly notes, but that's not a problem. Whatever's comfortable, again, be consistent, I would be. So then the 4th round, you've got 1, 2, and a 3, and 4, and then you've got this semi-quaver 16th note pattern. 1 E, and a 2 E, and a 3 E, and a 4, and. So a lot of it's on the G string, and they've got a hammer on, and it's just 2, 0 on the D. So 1 E and a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up. So 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. Okay, then the next round is the same as the first round. Again, make sure it's consistent with your picking, hammer-ons and pull-offs. You've got a lot of the kind of hammer-on and pull-off technique there, where you're hammering on and then pulling it off at the same time. So it's worth getting used to that. The next round is that slide round again. Okay, so the next round of this intro part 2 goes like this. So same bar to start off with. And then you've got this kind of just before the sha-la-las bit come in. So 2 and then 3 and 4 E and 3 E and 4 and. So 2 and 3 E and 4 and. Okay, so that's Cadd9, down, down, up, hammer on, D5, 3 E, down, up, down, down. Cool, then you got the kind of the sha-la-las bit, sounds really cool, backing vocals there. So again, for this, you're going to do 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Instead of tying, you can just do another down stroke. For the next bar, down, 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 up. And then you got that riff that we've done quite a few times already. Okay, and just do those 2 bars 4 times. So over the sha-la-las. Cool, and then what we're going to do is start the first verse. Okay, so it kind of sort of almost stumbles into the first verse, but it sounds great. So you're going to do this. And then the whole band comes in on this Cadd9. So this first bar of the first verse is going to go something like this: 1, 2 and 3, 4, and then the band all comes in there. So that's G major, 1, 2 and down, down, up, then B minor, down, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you've got Cadd9 to D, which is going to be our really common bar. It features throughout most of the song, okay, in the verses and in the guitar solo. So this common bar, Cadd9, down, down, up, and then kind of got this D major chord, so 3 and 4 and then basically on the and you're kind of getting towards the next chord. So down, down, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and before you go back to the G most of the time, okay? So where are we? Okay, so yeah, 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go on to the next bit of the, where are we? Of the first verse. So that first verse, the first round is slightly different. 1, 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and then basically you've got 3 rounds of this really common pattern that you're going to do. So G5, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. This is basically our kind of core 2-bar pattern. Okay, you can do something slightly different if you feel something else is going on there. So G5, down, down, up, and then B minor. Kind of start off with the bassier notes first. Down, up, down, up. And you're kind of like almost doing some open strings before going to the next chord, Cadd9. Cool, so then what we're going to do is go through the first, second and third choruses. Again, check the song structure because these are all the same pretty much. Okay, so first, second and third choruses. So you start off with G5, down, 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 up, down, up. Counting wise, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And same counting with the Cadd9, 2, 3 and 4. And back to G5, and then D5, or D major, sorry. Okay, and then you've got G5. This is the bit, I'm not even sure if there's guitar, this is the jump, back, check, you're playing this on your own, you probably want to play that bit to accent those words. So jump, back, jack. But basically just three kind of punchy Cadd9 chords. 1, 2, and then 3. The third one you can let it ring out. So jump, back, jack. And then G5. Again with our kind of chorus rhythm with down, 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 up, down, up. Then we've got D major at the end of the bar, and I've seen him play this in a few live versions. Down, 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 up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, down, 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 up, down, up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's between the D and the D sus4. You're adding the little finger on the end of this bar. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Cool, so they are the chorus sections. Okay, so let's take a look at the second verse. So it starts off as normal with that 2-bar phrase. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now on the second round of this second verse, this slight sort of rhythm change that you want to kind of emulate. Okay, it's worth bearing in mind that it's actually, as soon as the full band come in, the guitar is really low down in the mix. Okay, so if you're playing this in a band situation, make sure not to turn your guitar up too loud. So this second verse, it's got a slight rhythmic change. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4. So it's really cool to be synced up, especially if you're playing this in a band. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then on the and, so it starts off the same, but instead of kind of your open strings or just moving to the next chord, you've got an up, down on the and of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, and then D, and 3, 4. So those. But the second round of the second verse goes like this: 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and then you've got another 2 rounds of the classic. Cool, so let's now take a look at the third verse. So this third verse, again, keep checking with the song structure and listen to the walkthrough and play over it. The third verse is the same as the sixth verse. This is going to go kind of, it sounds like there's not much guitar going on this bit, so I've just done G5 for a semi-brief, which is a whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4 for 4 beats. Cadd9, 2, yeah, so then G5 again. And then D, it sounds like you're doing something like this, which is matching with the drum accents. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Then you've got that round and round and round bit. Apologise for the MIDI kind of quiet in the backing track. It's quite difficult to get the nice sort of backing vocals. So basically you've got four bars of just doing nothing. It's just those round and round bits singing there. And then you've got an E minor with your classic down, down, up, down, up pattern. Okay, so that's one crotchet or quarter note, 6 quavers, but one of them is tied on beat. 6 quavers or 8th notes, but one of them is tied on beat 3. So we've used this in lots and lots of the Bruce stuff. So check out lots of the other videos. So down, down, up, down, up. Then B minor, same strumming pattern, A minor 7, half a bar of Cadd9. So this is just down, 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 up, and D major, down, down, up. Cool. Yes, it's nice and simple. That third and sixth verses. Okay, starts off quite minimal with a lot of the other instruments, and a lot of other instruments, organ, drums, etc., piano, are a lot higher in the mix. So let's now take a look at the fourth verse. So the fourth verse starts off with down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. 3 rounds of that. Then we've got this E minor bit, which has a lead bit that goes over it, which we'll do in a minute. And it sounds like there's an accent on the and of 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So something like that would work really well. So this is down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 2 bar strumming pattern there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and then you've got G5, down, 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 up, down, up, down. And then it goes into the middle 8 section. Okay, so that's the fourth verse. So we've done the second verse, the third verse, which is also the same as the sixth, and also the fourth verse. Okay, so let's take a look at those few extra lead riffs that you can hear on the record. So in the first, second, and third choruses, when you got that chord like jump, back, jack, thing going on. You've got this kind of 1 bar riff that goes over the top of the, just thought sounds really cool. It's kind of like a major pentatonic Rolling Stones kind of type riff. And this is how it goes. So basically what you're going to do is bar your little finger on the 8th fret of the B and the E strings, and then what you have is a kind of 7th fret pre-bent, like that, then release it. So in terms of timing, it's going to go 1 and 2 and then move your little finger to the 7th fret of the E string. So jump back jack. Sounds really cool. Jump. Okay, so a cool little kind of country kind of rock style technique there. So that happens over the jump back jack riffs in the 1st, 2nd and 3rd choruses. Now in the 4th verse, again, keep referring back to the song structure, which is always in the description. 4th verse, over those 2 bars of E minor, okay, if you look at the song structure there, you've got this 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. This sounds really cool. Thought I'd go through it. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got this kind of grace note slide again like we had in the intro. So 1, 2 and beat 3, 1, 2, slide from 10, 10 to 12, 12, 1, 2, 3, and then 10th fret on the and of 3, and at the and of 4, 12, 12, so 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, ties into the next bar, beat 2, go down to 5, 5, 2, and then 3, 4 and 3, 3. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3. And if you're playing in a band situation, that'd be quite cool to definitely do that. Sounds really nice. Cool. So also in terms of structure for the 5th verse, this is coming out of that mega guitar solo. Again, the guitar solo will be out they're normally out the day after these release on YouTube, so it'll be out tomorrow. 44 bar solo, that one, absolutely crazy. So the 5th verse, this is coming out of the guitar solo. In terms of structure wise, you've just got these 1, 2, 3, 4. So Thundercrack, baby's back, that bit there. So you're just going to do a G5, 2, 3, 4, either a Cadd9 or a C would work really well. And then you just got full bang comes back in, and you just got that 2 bar phrase 3 times. So that's the 5th verse. 7th verse, so this is after the 6th verse, you just got that 2 bar phrase 3 times before the outro section. Okay, cool. So that's the structure for all the verses there, and also the extra lead riffs. Now, what we've also got, so I'll go through the kind of the outro section. So basically what happens is you've got the 9 rounds of that, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. If you're playing this in a band situation, the first 3 of them are a lot quieter, so everything's all night. So it's a bit stripped down. I think first 3 or 4, and then you kind of build up the kind of the volume there. Then what you have, again, the second line of the outro here, you've got this kind of da, 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 sounds really cool. So what you've got here is 3 crotchets or quarter notes of the G5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the and of 4, do this C chord, up, that's tied into the next bar, and then bar, then up, and down, 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 kind of staccato-y as well. 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. You do that 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Down, 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 down. And then you've got those kind of extra cool lead riffs happening again that were in the solo, which over the normal. Again, feel free to change that up if you're playing like the rhythm part in the band, and sort of work with the accents on the drums and things like that. Okay, so yes, you do 4 rounds of the normal 2 bar phrase. After that, da, 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 and then you do it all again. So that bit you do it again 4 times. 4 times, and then basically you've got this kind of like sort of kind of pub rock kind of type ending. So I've just, in the tab, I've just done kind of semi-play with 16 notes. Don't have to be accurate. If you're playing this in a band, obviously you get the drummer to do a fill and then end on a G5. Okay, so that's all the extra lead riffs that were in the first, second and third choruses, and also the E minor bars in the fourth verse. Then we've gone through the structure, the fifth verse, seventh verse, and the outro. Now also in terms of the guitar solo chords, basically what you do for the first, I've split it up in the song structure into sort of sections, because there's a lot of kind of like 4-bar, 8-bar sections in this guitar solo, mainly 4-bar sections. So what you're going to do to start the guitar solo, coming out of the middle 8, you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, or even not play at all. So basically there's not much happening apart from the guitar solo and hi-hats on the drums. So basically just go 1, 2, 3, 4, or even not play at all there for 8 bars. And then basically for the next sort of 36 bars, or sorry, 36 rounds, so it's actually 72 bars there, pretty crazy. You've basically just got that sort of that classic 2-bar riff. Again, you can change it up a little bit because to match the rhythm of the drums and the other stuff. So there's a few kind of little rhythmic parts that change, but just for consistency. And just change it up occasionally when you want to. So that's the structure for the whole, pretty much the whole of the song, apart from the middle 8, which we'll go through next. Okay, so let's take a look at the middle 8 section. So the middle 8 section is basically a 10-bar pattern that's repeated twice. And what you've got is this down, 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 up, pretty much throughout. So what you've got, E minor to C 3 times. Down, 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 down. So 3 times of that. Okay, then you've got A minor 7, B minor, and then back to A minor 7, and then half a bar of B minor to C. And that's just done, those 10 bars are done twice. Cool, so that's all the parts. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. Please feel free to subscribe and hit that bell icon for notifications if you haven't already. If you'd like to get hold of all the files, all the tabs you see on the screen, they're made by an awesome program called Guitar Pro. Pretty inexpensive, and it's a really good practice tool. If you don't have Guitar Pro, you can always get files in PDF format. So if you'd like to get any of those, head over to subscribestar.com/Bruce Springsteen Guitar. You can get access, depending on what tier you're on, to lots of Guitar Pro files or PDFs and backing tracks. These are sent out to your email addresses on the 3rd of the month. You can also get requests. These are all done by the Bruce Legend tiers. Also, if you'd like to get tabbed during this breakdown section of the video, so throughout basically the sort of the same day as this is released or the day after, I release another video with extra tab during all this lesson part. So chord diagrams and tabs that help you learning. You can get those on the Bruce Legend tiers on Subscribestar. And also my website soon, really close to being finished. If you weren't interested in sign up for Subscribestar, you'll be able to get any files you want. It's really clearly laid out, Guitar Pro files, PDFs, backing tracks. You'll be able to get those really soon on my new website, jsmusicschool.co.uk, which will be finished again really ASAP. Just finalising a few things there. So yeah, hopefully you find that useful. Thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Cheers, bye.